there, and husband for 15 years, a senior vice president for Five Rings Financial, founder and president of Torres and Hare Financial Affairs. And I do a lot of other stuff of helping small businesses really increase their profit margin by helping them understand at no cost how they can get all of their content on the first page of Google and YouTube instantaneous. And today, what we're going to be chatting about for a few minutes before I go volunteer for my son's school is we are going to be talking about life insurance with living benefits and really defining what life insurance with living benefits actually is. It is really interesting how many people I connect with wherever I go. I mean, last night I was at soccer practice with my kid, went to soccer practice with Levi for the very first time, and it was a really beautiful opportunity to be there at his first practice. And that's one of the things I love about the life insurance industry. Been licensed since 2007, is it's really given me that flexibility and freedom to be there as many times and many opportunities to be there at the first. And last night was one of those opportunities, and I was connecting with some of the parents there, and we got chatting about life and other things like that. And one of the moms there, she said, well, what are living benefits? Like, oh, life insurance? You do life insurance? I said, yeah, I do life insurance, but I focus on ones with living benefits and focusing on policies where the Rockefellers build for any Rockefeller that is born 15 days after they're born. I mean, they have tons of life insurance that's put on that kid, and then the beneficiary is the trust. And we'll get into that in one of the later videos that we're going to dive into. But today we're really going to define what living benefits are, and so that you can understand when you're looking at your policy, or if you're thinking about getting a policy, you will want to have living benefits, and not just any living benefits. You're going to want to have the most robustness that you possibly can have, because here's the secret of the life insurance industry. Only about 1 or 2% of the life insurance policies in place get paid out upon death. Why? Because they get rid of the policies before they die. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but generally it comes down to no longer being able to afford it. It lapses, or they move away from a company. They had it at the previous company and then don't go to personally own their own policies, and then have a situation and medical or an accident, a diagnosis or something like that, and then not be able to purchase their own personal policy for them because they have a pre-existing condition. So what happens is the life insurance industry is one of the wealthiest industries of the world. I mean, they've been going for over 300 years, started by wealthy aristocrats who, I'll just say, didn't want the kings and queens or dictators or the tyrannical governments of the day to know that they had money. So they would actually shove as much money as they can in life insurance policies. We'll get into that one. But what we're going to talk about for the next 10 minutes is life insurance with living benefits, because last night when I was connecting with a few of the moms at the soccer practice, they realized that, wow, I can get so much more out of my money and protect my family so much better and have so much more of a safety and security net if I have life insurance with living benefits. So living benefits, and I was doing some research yesterday on it and going to things like Investopia and Insurancetopia and all these pedia sites on Insurancepedia, and everywhere that I look for living benefits, what I found out is everybody's still talking about cash value. And when I say living benefits, this is the first thing that people's minds go to if they know life insurance at all. They go, oh, you're talking about cash value. I'm not talking about cash value. True living benefits, while yes, there is a living benefit of accessing and being able to access your cash value whenever you want for anything, for any purpose, without any restrictions, taxes, or penalties from the IRS or anything like that. But when I talk about true living benefits that have been implemented into life insurance, they're called accelerated death benefit riders. So ABRs, accelerated benefit rider, not death benefit riders, accelerated benefit riders, ABR. And what they do is they give you access to the death benefit anywhere from some of the companies. I'd say most of them, there's almost 900 life insurance companies in the country. The vast majority do not even give you access to any of the death benefit unless you die. There's a small portion of those companies that will give you access up to maybe 25%. maybe up to $250,000. So if you have $1 million policy, in the event that there's a terminal illness or a chronic illness that you can't do 2 out of your 6 activities of daily living, so eating, bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, or continence, if you can't do 2 out of those 6 activities of daily living, they will give you up to that 25%. So if you got a cool $1 million policy, let's say, hey, here's $250,000, wish you well. You can either have this $250,000 or the million when you die. And so a lot of people will, of course, take the 250,000, but that's what the industry, that's the threshold, that's the gold standard, right? But what's happening are a few companies in the last 15, 20 years, they're saying, hey, not only are you going to have access to that money in the event that there's a chronic medical event or terminal medical event, but what if there's a critical illness or critical accident? So, like, what if your daughter's a cheerleader? The number one prone activity to cognitive impairment and traumatic brain injuries, right? I think it's traumatic brain injuries, not cognitive impairment. Not sure about that, but it's one of those. So let's take your daughter or your son. Why would they ever want a life insurance policy being young in their teenage years or in their preschool years or whatever, or when they're a baby? Well, throughout life, in the event that life happens, chances are, I mean, you've all seen GoFundMe, right? Where people are going out there and asking for tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars because there was a major medical event. Well, people don't have disability insurance unless they're lucky enough to work with a company that they're offering those type of things. But then even then, you've got to wait 3 or 6 or 9 months to have that money be paid out. And you also have to do exactly what the insurance companies tell you to do. Otherwise, you don't get that money. How do we know? Been through this process personally with our family. And so the insurance industry is truly regulated, and they do things the way that only they want to do it because they can. And what's happening is a lot of these companies are saying more and moreover, they're saying, you know what? I think the right thing to do is give them access to some of the money, 75 or even up to 90%, in case there is a traumatic brain injury or cognitive impairment, loss of limb, loss of sight, loss of organ. If there's a heart attack, if there's cancer, if there's stroke, there's renal failure, there's dialysis that is required and things like that. Or if there's a terminal illness, or you can't do 2 out of your 6 activities of daily living. And that's truly what living benefits are. And what I really am looking forward to, and I've been beating this drum for 6, 7 years now about living benefits. And what's truly amazing is that I get to go into a room, I get to go networking, I get to talk to anybody, friends, family, new friends, new people in the community. And they ask me, well, what do you do? And I tell them I'm a living benefits expert, and they have no idea what that is. It's something that's not even on a blip on their radar. And something as simple as you can say to them, which I do, is, well, life insurance, you've got to, you pay money in and then you die and somebody else gets that money, right? They say, yeah, well, that's the old type of life insurance. That's what everybody expects and gets and is used to, right? Well, living benefits are the ability to access anywhere from 75 even up to 90% of the death benefit without dying. So instead of going through a financial death and wishing you would have died, yep, been there. You can live through that financial death and come out with dignity on the other side. And a lot of people are looking for ways to, 1, save more money, 2, make more money, 3, make their money go further and get more value out of their money. Really, that's what people focus on, especially in the world of finances and saving money and stuff. I mean, I dive into people's finances all the time. Those are the top 3 things that really people are looking at doing. And what I love about the life insurance industry is I can add instant value to what people have currently, as long as they qualify, as long as they're healthy and they get approved, right? Because while money pays for the insurance, your health is what buys it, right? So connecting with them and saying, hey, you've got this 20-year policy you got 3 years ago. It's $55. It's for $500,000 or whatever it is. And for $57, I can get you a new 20-year policy. It's the same $500,000 death benefit. It's with an A+ rated company who's been around for 170 years. Is that long enough? I don't know. I think it is. and they have billions of dollars of assets, and they're in the top 10. This is just one of the companies that I have access to. I mean, I've got access to a few hundred of them, but there's definitely the cream of the crop when it comes to living benefits, right? And I say, hey, for a few bucks more, or guess what? This one's $48. Now I'm saving you money. This happens all the time, and people's minds are blown that they can get more value, they can save more money. And this is what's also fun about living benefits is, and I'll actually comment down below. Did you actually know what living benefits are? Did you know that it's not only cash value? We're not talking about permanent policies right now. We're talking about term policies, but this is all living benefits. Accessing money out of the death benefit is also applicable to the right permanent policies with these companies. And what's really, really fun about this is saying, hey, not only can we talk about potentially saving you money, we can talk about getting you extra value. And I was standing there at that soccer practice, just chatting it away, and people are asking me, well, what is it that you do, right? Because I mean, I don't talk about it a lot in personal life, and I like it to come up naturally. I'm not just like, hey, guess what I do, right? Because that's the typical insurance approach is, hey, I do insurance. Here's my card. Give me a call when you have it. It's like, no, dude, get out of my face. Here's the cross. I got a gun, man, silver bullets, and I got my garlic necklace, right? So, right. That's usually what happens when somebody finds out that somebody's in the life insurance industry. So I don't talk that way, right? This is something that I love teaching because there was individuals there who were looking to make money, kind of feeling like they were not utilizing their time and getting as much value as they possibly could out of their time. And I was sitting there going, well, gosh, well, I love that my opportunity is I can be anywhere, I can talk to anyone, I can have easy conversation. And then they go, yeah, I really like your card. And I tell them I don't have one because I don't need them. I use the laws of the universe in order to attract and resonate and magnetize and connect with my soul clients and soul partners and soul family. So like I don't need cards. I don't even like having them on me. I don't. So we swap information, and that's the beauty of this is saying, hey, if you want to get more value, you want to save more money, and you actually want to make more money, like get a living benefits policy, check it out, go through the training process, get to know it, and then maybe 5 to 10 hours a week or 5 to 10 hours a month, you can make an additional $500 or $5,000 a month. And this is something that I love is by having an educational channel and connecting with people in a way, in a route of financial education. People want more information. This is the information education like age that we are in right now. And when we're the only ones really who are focusing on providing this level of education and doing it in a way where it's not salesy and it's not pushy and it's not, and I don't even want to say like used car salesman because I was a used car salesman for a little bit and I didn't do things used car salesy, which is why I didn't last that long. But what I love about this industry is I get to be who I'd like, right? Look at this. I just was like, let's just grow my hair out. Why not? Let's just wear a rainbow colored necklace that my son made me, right? Let's just do a Fu Manchu with long chops, right? Because that's what's beautiful about this industry. I don't have a boss. I don't have anybody telling me how I'm not performing or that I need to clean up my act or not say things about meditation or transcendental or transmutation or quantum or resonance or frequency or anything like that, like or personal shadow work or diving into your soul or anything like that. There's nobody there telling me what to do. And I love that about living benefits, that when that money gets handed to my clients or to my family, we can do whatever we want with the money. We can go travel the world looking for a cure. We can travel the world to saying, shit, that was a great life. And just go out with a bang, right? Pay off the house, pay off the cars, buy things, do things, enjoy life. And that's what I love about living benefits, unlike the disability insurance that didn't pay out because we didn't do exactly what it wanted to say or what we were supposed to do. All those extra bills that the health insurance didn't pick up because it was not in line with the protocol. And all these alternative things that we do that have made my wife the most high functioning individual, I would imagine one of the top 10 in the world with what she has currently going on. And what's beautiful is that in the event that we would have had a $500,000 living benefits policy versus the $500,000 death policy that I purchased for her, and when I was selling it back in 2008, 9, I think it was, that instead of going broke, losing everything, moving in with my in-laws and almost going bankrupt twice and getting a divorce almost every single night, we would have traveled the world looking for a cure and would have had $7,500 a month for 50 months. And that would have changed a lot of things. And what's really interesting about it, that policy would have been like $3 less per month to purchase it. And that's what I want to end on this note is, if you don't know what living benefits are, pause. There's a link down below to my calendar, and let's pause and let's connect. You can go to lifeinsurancereinvented.com as well for more information. That also will have a link to our calendar where we can connect, we can chat about it. Obviously, not pressure guy. I'm going to give you all the information. I would rather kind of push people away until they're ready and kind of step back and give them all that information and let it be in their court, let it get uncomfortable, right? And let them make that decision. Because doing things like this and having conversations with people, my intention is to let people know as much as possible, and then to free that burden of myself of the responsibility of getting the information out. My job is to get the information out, and that's what I'm doing. And that feels really good for me, is that anybody sitting in a soccer practice, connecting with a friend, networking, can have something new to offer, can go into a place where everybody's talking the same old, and have something new to speak about that everybody wants, everybody needs, nobody knows about. And when they do, you're the only person. And what it comes about around to is you invite the conversation of, hey, do you have the old type of life insurance or the new type of life insurance? And they're like, what's that? And I'm like, well, let's hear it from the guy that's got 2 thumbs and loves living benefits. Yeah, this guy, right? So with that, hope you understand living benefits now, what they are, and really understanding, I guess you say, that the definition of what living benefits are. And that way you can peruse your life insurance policy to look for accelerated benefit riders and to see if there is chronic, critical, terminal, and accident, what the highest payout in each of the categories is going to be, how many triggers. So do you have to have a chronic illness where you can't do 2 out of your 6 activities of daily living for 12 months? Does it have to be lifelong? Can it be temporary? How many triggers are in the critical illness? Are there 10 or are there 20? What about terminal illness? Do you have to be terminal for over 12 months or less than 12 months or less than 24 months? Like, these questions that kind of might get a little bit difficult. So if you're not the life insurance professional that you are hoping to be, you just got started, or maybe you're looking to get started, or you have a policy, don't have a policy, want a policy, instead of putting on that hat and being your own life insurance professional, why not go to lifeinsurancereinvented.com or click on the link down below? Let's have a conversation, see how I can help you. And if we can, great, love to do that. And even if I can't help you, if you have more information, maybe there's some individuals in your life that you can help understand what living benefits are and how they can implement them in their life to have a safety net, to have more value out of their dollar, to potentially make more money and potentially save more money. So thanks for watching this video. If you do me a quick favor, give it a like, comment down below, even share it. If somebody's looking into life insurance right now, maybe they got married, they bought a house, they started a new job, maybe they left a whole job, right? And they're looking into some options. They're just going off to college. You just, had a life event, and this is a great time to bring up life insurance. And with everything that's going on in the world, it might be a benefit to look into getting a true life insurance with living benefits policy versus that old death stuff. Because when it comes around to it, life insurance policies only pay out 1 to 2% of the time because people get sick and hurt and then they die. But before they die, they're broke, right? Because on average, they've got $1,000 to $2,000 in their checking account in 6 to 18 months before they go completely bankrupt. And that's one of the reasons why I keep beating this drum of financial education. And this month, during Life Insurance Awareness Month, during the month of September, going to be chatting as much as I possibly can about life insurance with living benefits, because it is a foundation. It is a requirement, I would imagine, for most individuals, because they are not self-insured and they don't have millions of dollars just sitting around. But then again, even if they did, why wouldn't they want to ensure that that money is not going to be touched in the event of a major medical event? I think it's a smarter way to go, no matter if you're self-insured or not. So anyway, with that, I'm going to go volunteer for my kids' school. Appreciate you very much. Again, my name is Trevor Mickelson. I'm here to help you embrace prosperity. And if you haven't done so yet, follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, do the things, help the algorithm. And I really appreciate your help. So thank you very much, and we'll see you on